Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear us. We're looking to see if anyone can hear us on the chat. We should be underway now, and tonight is all about talking about the update that we've put out today, which is the Tiger, Muskie and Gar update.
We did indeed, three fish, yeah.
Muskie and Gar actually, for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 new fish have gone into the lake as of today. Hopefully some of you have had a chance to play that already. Be great to hear your feedback on them if you have had the opportunity to catch any yet while we're on this stream. But in the meantime, I think we should go on to Lake Boulder.
Lake Boulder.
Let's go on Lake Boulder because all 3 new species have been put into Lake Boulder. I think a great way to start this is to say, just to give you guys a summary of what lakes these fish have gone into. So all 3 have gone into Lake Boulder, as we say, and then the Muskie has gone into Lake Arnold in Tennessee, and the long-nosed gar has gone into Lake Arnold as well, but also into Lake Johnson in Florida. Okay. The Tiger Muskie just into Boulder. And then all 3 will be coming into our new venue, which will be coming very soon.
It's very soon, yes.
The observant ones of you would have seen the achievements already appearing in the game now for a lake called Lake Dillon. We're not going to say too much about that, but there'll be an announcement on that next week. Maybe the end of this week, actually. I'm not sure.
Yes, I think we'll probably try and get it announced this week. Yes.
You are the big boss, so
That's right.
it's up to you when we announce it. Really.
In that case, we will be announcing it this week.
Brilliant. There you go. So we are flying around here on Lake Boulder. Mark's challenge. I like to set Mark a challenge every time we do this.
Yeah.
And Mark's challenge this week is to catch one of each species.
It's tricky though.
Or
there's Tiger Muskie.
Or at least a muskie of a type of muskie and a gar is what you need to do.
Tiger Muskie and a gar. I'm going to go up to one of my spots that I know. Like up here. Did I get last week's was good though. I did when we did the last stream. I think I passed my challenge of not failing miserably.
Yeah, not flanking.
Not flanking.
But you made the game look unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'll be jumping on the forums as well, listening and reading what's coming in and responding to them as much as possible. At the moment,
get your questions
I've got
in and
Darth Badger saying they can hear us fine, which hopefully is a good thing.
That is a good thing, yeah.
And Scooby Hayes and Peaky Blinder say afternoon, so afternoon to you guys as well. Like I say, we've decided to jump onto Lake Boulder because that's where all 3 of the new species have gone into. But if there's something in particular you'd like us to do, if there's something you'd like to see, if you want to set Mark a challenge, then feel free to jump in. Let's put him under pressure. So Darth Badger says, hope it goes better than last week's challenge.
Well, they tried to do. What did they try to get? That was Aaron and Sam, wasn't it?
That was Aaron and Sam. Yeah, the
what did they try
terrible
to get?
twosome. Yeah, I wasn't around last week, so let me know what happened there. That'd be great.
What was the challenge? And
Josh Walsh has come in and said, I've got a trophy Tiger Muskie, a trophy gar, and a couple of 44-pound muskie.
Nice.
So he has set the ground running.
That's it.
He has set the bar very high.
Yeah, probably too high for us.
Josh, we might need you in to play this for us one day.
Yeah. Come and do a stream.
So what have you gone for? What's the plan of attack here?
Well, I went with this straight. I think we'll actually change that.
So you're on a ducket rod.
Got a ducket rod
and
ducket reel. I think I'll go to my favourite, which is one of this one.
You like the Echo Red Crawfish?
I do like the Rat Trap.
Yeah.
So like that.
So Darth Badger said same challenge but failed. They failed miserably. Well, Mark as the angler should know how to catch these fish really, as the expert angler in real life. He should know exactly what he's doing. And you're out for a little session tomorrow.
I am. Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, we can report back on that one for you next time as well, when Mark's got all his gear up for sale.
That'd be about right.
So excuse me if I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the forums as things come in, making sure I'm covering everything. So Scooby Hay says, yeah, catch all 3 new fish. Yeah, that's the challenge we've set, Mark. We're only here for an hour, so I'm not feeling that confident, but he'll give it his best. So, part-time gamer 62.
Change
Any
that.
new baits coming? No new baits coming at the moment, but
Yeah.
some news on equipment coming soon. I
think
don't want to say too
No, we
much.
can't. No.
We can't say it at the moment, but over the next few weeks, there's going to be a lot of news coming out of Fishing Sim World. That's as much as I can tell you. Hopefully, lots of really good news for you guys.
Some cool
So,
stuff coming. So watch this space. I think is the best way to.
Yep. So Jacob Smith says hello. So hello to you, and says there are muskies? Question mark. Yes, an update has gone out today. We now have muskie, tiger muskie, and long-nosed gar have gone into the game. Free update. So next time you switch your game on, it should do the update for you. It has to update the whole game. So as the game's improving and expanding, the updates are getting a bit bigger. So bear with us on that. But it will automatically update the game to feature these 3 new species for you. So I'll just go scrolling through this. Wildest Redneck 1. Is this game for Xbox? Absolutely. Xbox One. We're showing it on PC at the moment, but it's available Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Steam PC. I did see one here just a minute ago. Right, I'm rubbish with this, some of these pronunciations, and they're all shorthand and I end up sounding silly. So I'm taking my time here, but Lejiki's Rocks. Hi, I'm from South Carolina. We're both from. If you're talking to the community, that's great. But from our point of view, we are based in England, in the southeast of England. We're about an hour outside of London, down in the county of Kent. So that's where the game is made, and that's where we're streaming from at the moment. Just flying through this again. Jacob Smith, do you need to buy a lake? No, this is a free update for the game. So the muskie go into all the the muskie and gar go into all the appropriate lakes that they can be found on. So we're on Lake Boulder. All 3 have gone into there.
Denied.
Yeah, Mark's caught a fish, but wrong fish, I'm afraid. So. Monocat, what maps are the fish on? So again, just to let you guys know, all 3 are in Lake Boulder. The muskie and the gar are in Lake Arnold, and the gar is also in Lake Johnson. So that covers that for you guys, hopefully. Scooby Hayes, you've got to be better than last week. We will try. We will try. Mark's the man in charge here. So hopefully, Chain Pickerel, we started small, and hopefully he will.
This is a bigger fish.
He'll go bigger for us. Daft Badger, Megalodon 2 is coming.
Yes. Yes,
we have teased a little bit about Megalodon, and there will be news on Megalodon at the moment. I think he's just being netted from Presa del Monte Bravo in Eurofishing, and then needs to be safely transported across to Fishing Sim World. Obviously that takes a little bit of time. Got to look after him as he's a big fish, but he will be coming.
Yes.
Jacob, I've not played this game in a month. Well,
now's
the time to jump back in then. Jacob, I could say that you've wasted a month of your life, but I won't. That's totally fine, but now is a great time to jump back in.
Some cool features.
So update please on the 2v2 lads, please. Me and Big Tom and Jay are well up for it, says Scooby Hayes. There you go. We've got Stephen is monitoring for us as well, so he's jumped in there as well and said he's still trying to work with that.
I know there's been a little bit of
good
progress. Yeah, he's been testing out the software for it, so we should be good. What was that? I missed it.
Pimp City 513. What kind of gar? It is the long-nosed gar. Obviously, you can have alligator gar as well, but this one is the long-nosed gar. Darth Badger. Is that Stephen? What's that?
Muskie.
You just caught a muskie?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't concentrating. I didn't see it. I think that was caught the other day.
No, it wasn't. It's caught today. Look, it's the catch summary. That's one down.
Oh, okay. I don't know if the community saw that. If
I just pressed the button too quickly.
Did anyone actually see that? Because I don't believe him. So I didn't. Maybe some of you are feeling generous and can confirm for me.
Come on. You saw it.
Oh no, someone said nice fish, nice catch.
There we go.
So,
Thank you. I'll try again. I mean, second fish in, challenge on. I need a long nose garner.
Do the Gar and Muskies fight well? We certainly hope so.
They do, yeah.
And is that Stephen lurking in chat? Yep, Stephen is lurking in the chat. He's having a look. I'm talking to you, but he's typing away for us as well. Hopefully covering anything I miss as it comes through. Darth Badger, nope, didn't see it. So
cheers.
There you
Thanks
go.
a lot.
But then Scooby Hay says 1 down, 2 to go. So maybe you did.
Yeah, I did. It says it in the catch summary, so it's good enough for me.
Yeah. So Eric Hicks 07. Why does only the rod tip bend when fighting fish? Makes the fights much less exciting. So I totally understand what you're saying. Obviously, a lot of the flexibility and the power is in the tip of the rods, and so they obviously bend the most. But I do understand that, especially the smaller, sort of compact bass rods compared to our big 13-foot carp rods, do bend a lot more.
Yeah.
And we're always looking to improve
Yeah.
physics, whether that's fish behaviour, fish fighting, rod bending physics, etc. So that's good feedback. Thank you for that. That will be passed straight on to the development team, where they'll continue to try and improve.
Yes.
And
I think this is bass.
Stephen Philem, apologies again if I've got that wrong, but he says this is the best looking fishing game. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, Stephen.
Yep, we do, try to make this as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Spend a lot of time and effort in getting the graphics right, trying to make it feel as if, as a true to life, real world environment as we can. So it's really nice to hear that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
This is big, whatever it is. It's not one of the ones I need.
Richard Jones, hi all. I've caught gar off the West Wales coast some time ago. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
But obviously, us being based in the UK, being based in England, I've got to own up to saying that I didn't know that you could catch gar off the Welsh coast. Did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
Brilliant.
So.
Never been to Wales.
Stephen again says, my boss is a pro bass fisher and I showed him this and he fell in love with it. Really good news.
That's
Again,
such
thank
great
you.
feedback for us.
Yeah, that's
it really
brilliant.
Is.
And that's sort of like
It
what
really is.
One of the things I'm always keen to say on here, especially as the brand manager, I'm always going to say, you guys are our ambassadors, and if you really enjoy the game, the more you can tell your friends and spread the word for us, that's perfect. The more we can, get more and more feedback, obviously the multiplayer, the more people and the live tournaments, the more people you can bring into it, the more competitive that gets. I always say as well, there's some really good Facebook communities out there. If you do a search for Fishing Sim World or Eurofishing, if you're a Eurofishing player still, there's a really good community out there that are all helping each other out. So always feel free to check those guys out. Killer Chris, all right, is it too cold to fish, guys? Too cold outside to fish, guys, lol. Depends where you are. I think, talking to our friends in the US, if you're in the north of America, I think it's pretty chilly out there for you guys still at the moment. I know we've got some friends in Florida and it seems like it's fishing really well down there at the moment. Our guide, Chuck Pippin, our consultant out there, check him out on Facebook. He is on fire at the moment on Lake Toho and caught a 10 pounder the other day. So over here the weather's been quite settled for a little while and you're getting out, aren't you?
Just started to warm up a little bit. So,
And I'm looking to do a quick session on Friday afternoon, Saturday morning as well. My first one of the year. So depends where you are in the world, I think, but there's definitely opportunities to catch fish now. Any chance of a quiver tip and a river would be nice. Peaky Blinders 82. Really good feedback that is. Rivers have flow. We don't want to fake the flow, if for want of a better word. We want to get it right, so it is on our roadmap to start introducing a proper flow where you can trot down the river. That takes time, obviously. That's kind of things that are going on in the background that we're looking at. As soon as there's more news on that, for sure, any timelines, we will let you know. That's not me saying it's coming soon, but it is something that we're obviously aware of and something that we would like to do ourselves.
Absolutely. I think that you know, the moment we can get the technical side of that, of what Darren was saying with the flow sorted, we definitely want to bring you a river. You know, I can think of so many super cool rivers that we could do, that we could bring you for float fishing, for big cats, for everything really. I mean, it'd just be an added stream to the bow, wouldn't it? So definitely something we want to do.
Yep. So someone's asked Xbox or PC, both, and PlayStation 4.
And PlayStation 4.
But this is being shown on a PC at the moment. We're doing this through Steam on PC. Let's see what else we've got coming in here. Saltwater gar all over the UK, don't grow very big though. Daft Badger, thank you for that. I bow down to your knowledge.
Superb knowledge.
I am not much of a sea angler.
No.
I was particularly going out on the sea isn't much of an option for me, if you know what I mean, in terms of sea legs.
You're rubbish.
I can be rubbish. I've got better as I've got older. I once got on a boat on the Thames and thought I was going to be ill. So,
suppose you went sick on Chuck's boat.
So there we go. Grey Leg Hunter, I won 3 t-shirts in the comps at the weekend. When will they appear in my clothing? Stephen, if you are watching, listening in on us still, could you respond to that one, please? You are the Dovetail Live Fishing League World expert, community guy.
Guru.
He will be all over that for you. If you don't get a response during this stream, we will get a response to you very quickly. And there he is, he's coming already. Thank you, Stephen. They will be awarded at the end of the season. Are you going to be adding any lakes that are close to Ohio? That's where I'm from. We will do, eventually, absolutely. We're trying to take this on a bit of a tour around the US, you know, the prominent fishing locations, bass fishing locations around the US. So there will be a lake coming to you. Oh, you pressed it too quickly. You got too excited.
Got excited again.
You've got to enjoy the fish.
I know. I got excited. Come on. Catch somebody that'll prove it.
Right.
So
okay.
I just need a tiger muskie. The most tricky to lure.
You need a tiger muskie, and you need to actually let everyone see them.
I know.
I've spent all this time making these lovely fish, and you're just flying through it.
I'll catch another one.
All right?
It's fine.
Calm down. I know it's unusual for you. Catch fish, you don't know what to do, but just take your time, enjoy it, enjoy the moment. Okay.
Rarity. I'll go another gar. No worries.
So sorry, I'm just having a look on here again. I really apologise if I miss anyone, and shout at me if I do. Let's see. Is this game free? Unfortunately, no. But it isn't very expensive either. For what you get, we think it's a fantastic price point. You can check it out on the stores depending on what platform you want to play. But it's going to cost you around the £15 mark or the $19 mark.
Yeah.
€19 mark. A lot of content in there for that kind of money as well. Let's see what else is going on in there. So Scooby Hayes has come in. Scooby Hayes, we know you want the barbel and the chub and the eels and the dace and the wild trout, grayling, gudgeon. There are lots of species left to do. There's no doubt about that.
We're not going to run out of species. Yeah, that's
absolutely
for sure.
not. We will never run out of species, and we will never run out of equipment to do either. I don't think it's fair to say. So Daft Badger says he lives near Southend, so have a dabble at sea fishing every so often.
Nice.
Yep, we're down in Kent, so we've got a lot of coastline around us. I've done a little bit of beach fishing in the past off the Isle of Sheppey mainly.
Just go down Deal Pier.
And Deal Pier, yeah, I've done Deal Pier a little bit.
Pier there.
A few sort of whiting, and unfortunately it's hard to catch the cod nowadays. They don't come in close enough, but done a little bit, but I'm by no means an expert on it whatsoever.
No.
Daft Badger, you saw that one? Well, you must have been quick then.
Yes, trigger happy I was then.
Is there tropical fish yet, Bradley 710? No, there's no tropical fish because there's no tropical styles of fishing. This is freshwater fishing at the moment, either in the US or in Europe. Moving on to other disciplines of fishing, absolutely something we have got our eyes on for the future, but we want to do these two versions of fishing justice first, so no tropical fish yet, I'm afraid. So Richard Jones asks, what's the venue, guys? So at the moment we are fishing Lake Boulder, which is based a little bit on Lake Champlain, so it's upstate New York. I think Lake Boulder now probably has the most species of fish in it.
Yeah,
it's got to be over 15 species of fish in there now.
In the core game.
So, Mark, if you've just missed us, the update went out today introducing 3 new species of fish to the game. It was the tiger muskie, the muskie, and the long-nosed gar. They've all gone into Lake Boulder because we only put fish in that are appropriate to the venue, like the state where the lake's based. If the fish species are in there, then we'll put them in. If they're not, we won't. Lake Boulder has all 3 of these species, so they've gone in. Mark's challenge is to catch all 3 of them. Apparently he's caught 2 of them, but if you blinked you'd miss it.
Says it in the catch report.
And he's now after the tiger muskie. So he's not bad at 20 minutes in, and he's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he manages to catch a 3rd. I think maybe he should move spot, show people a bit of the lake,
Yeah,
fly around a little bit.
Go.
So big shout out to Wildest Redneck 1, who says love this game and love the last game. Really appreciate that. Yeah, obviously we're always showing Fishing Sim World. That's the game we're really sort of focusing on now. But Eurofishing is very much out there and alive still. It's a really good game. Obviously it focuses on carp and coarse fishing in Europe. Lots of different venues to have a go out on there. A mixture of licensed and unlicensed. So again, if you're a Eurofishing customer, you haven't played it for a while, jump back in there. It's still very active in there. If you haven't got it, you can pick that up as well and see what that one's all about. Peaky Blinders, don't forget the crucians and grass carps, Gooby Hayes. Yeah, see. Are we getting grass carp anytime soon? I've got to be honest, at the moment, no. We haven't done the grass carp as of yet. But
flow on rivers.
Yeah, it's all about trying to get priorities, and grass carp we haven't done.
No.
It's certainly something we could do. And one thing we're talking to our development team about as well is we would quite like to do the what's the American carp, the bullhead,
the bullhead, yeah.
The bullhead carp as well, the big black eye buffalo carp. Sorry, that's it, yeah. With the big black eyes. We as carp anglers, me and Mark would love to see that go into the American lakes as well. So eels would still be pretty cool though. Dino Attack says eels still would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool for the game because then you wouldn't have to deal with them in the game the way you do in real life. I do not like eels, I'm afraid, Dino. I don't know if you do. When they tie themselves up in knots and cover everything in slime, I'd rather not catch them. And unfortunately, there's one of the lakes I fish. There are some very big eels in there that seem to take a liking to boilies from time to time. So
they do, don't they?
So you've had a little fly around,
yeah,
to a different spot.
We've just come back down towards the marina where we started off. Nice little alcove sort of there on the left.
You've got your fish finder going there, showing that there are fish
in the area.
And if you didn't check it out, guys, sorry to talk over you. Last week we put out a guide to how the sonar, the fish finder, the sonar, radar stuff, how that works in the game. I know it's been something that quite a few people have asked about in the past, exactly how does it work with the fish and the dots going across the screen. Check out across our social media, a really good guide that we put out. Hopefully that's explained it to you. It is our sort of entry level sonar. It's something we're looking to make more advanced. We've talked previously about how advanced it is in real life and the challenges around replicating that authentically in the game, because it is so advanced now, the things that you can do. Looking at some of the videos that come out about the 3D mapping and all things like that. But it is something we'd like to expand in the future. But for the time being, this is our offering to you, and you can check out how it works on our social media. We've also got the trolling motor guide on there as well. Lots of little how-to type videos. And again, if there's something that you're not sure about, if there's a guide that you think would be helpful, we're always happy to do them. Give us a shout on the stream now if there's something you'd like us to do, and we'll work with our team to put some more handy guides together. So Darth Badger, eels without slime, yay, absolutely.
Yeah.
No one likes the slime from eels. Scooby Hayes, yes please, buffalo carp and cats in USA lakes. Yeah.
That'd be great,
lots of different species of catfish out in the US lakes. Definitely something we need to get into the game. Something we will be doing at some point. Can promise you there'll be catfish going into the US lakes. Can't promise exactly which species of them or exactly when it will happen either.
Hit that right on the boat.
Look at that. Oh, it's a chain pickerel though. Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Right. Let's try over here.
So Tiki Tack 88, yes, he asks about achievements on Lake Dillon. Is there a Lake Dillon? Yep, like we said, the observant ones amongst you will see that the update has uploaded some achievements for Lake Dillon. There will be a Lake Dillon. Mark, here playing the game as the big boss, will be has demanded that we announce something about Lake Dillon by the end of the week. So keep watching our social media, and you will see Lake Dillon news about Lake Dillon coming out at the end of the month. So have we frozen on the screen? Are you?
It's not on anymore.
Are you playing the game still?
Let's check this out.
Oh, we've got a bit of a technical error here. The images of us has frozen. It doesn't matter, they can't see us, but I think they can still see the game. Can you give us a shout if you can still see the game, but just can't see us anymore?
I think the camera's not working, there's no light on it anymore.
So...
Power poles. That's something else we're seriously considering.
Yeah, conversations ongoing there around power poles. Let's see what else we've got in there. Make boat customization, put in free roam tournaments. So we do have some customization options with the boats in terms of we have lots of preset sort of skins or wraps for the boats. We can look at further customization. Give us a shout back, Woodrow Cool. Tell us what kind of customization and what kind of tournaments you'd like to see, and it's certainly something we'll consider. Let's see what else there is. Any more thoughts on the Thailand venue? Arapaima Siamese Carp Sturgeon from Peaky Blinders 82. We'd love to do a Thai venue. There are obviously some really nice venues out in Thailand, and definitely something we'd like to feature. So watch this space on that one. I think is the best thing to say there.
Yes.
Top water strikes. Oh well. The next update for Fishing Sim World is being worked on, and if you look at our notes for the patch notes that have gone out today, it also includes the highlights for the next update that we're working on, which talks about bass fighting and some things that bass will be able to do. And if you read between the lines, you may have your answer about top water strikes from that.
Indeed.
So Scooby Hayes, haha, gremlins in the place. Yep. Our webcam seems to have stopped working, but we can see that the game is streaming still. We're just looking in a very weird frozen state, the images of us two.
Yeah.
But hopefully
Off,
you're more interested in the game than us. So if you can hear us, then that's great. So can you hear us? Dino Attack, how to catch the zander in the Polish lake because they're almost uncatchable. I presume you're saying that as a guide. We can certainly do a thing about how to catch the zander in the Polish lake. The best thing to do, I'd say, is spin for them, and really, obviously the Polish lake is fishing from the shoreline. It's fishing from predefined swims. I did a stream a few weeks ago where I was sort of trying to show about how to work the water and choose your swim and then almost work the water from left to right or right to left, fishing slightly different distances with the lure, and you've got every chance of coming across the zander. So someone says about putting sunglasses in the game. We do have sunglasses. That is an option. for your character. You can customise your character to wear sunglasses. We don't have any licensed sunglasses as such. They are just sort of made up sunglasses by ourselves, which look quite funky. But that is something that's already in there. People saying yes, they can hear us and they can see the game still. That's the two most important things,
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
we'll talk and you can just watch the game. You probably wouldn't mind
fish
it.
on little bass here, I think. So I'm still trying to get the tiger muskie.
We've got someone in from the Czech Republic saying that they watch us too. Brilliant.
Well done.
Good to see you on here. Thank you for joining us. Really pleased that the game's doing well out there and you're enjoying it. Woodrow called 2-man boat or free to fish with your buddies. Is that a future feature you'd like to see? That would be certainly something that would be really cool. I think, you know, in the tournaments, and obviously you've got your sort of pro-am tournaments, if you like, where you've got the pro angler and you've got the amateur guy that goes out as you're paired up with your partner. Being able to replicate that in some way would be really interesting. Again, when me and Mark are on here, we're full of good ideas, and then the development team tell us off. But it's certainly something that I'd like to see us do in the future. You know, being able to go multiplayer on the same boat, that would be quite cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Dino Attack, I just keep getting swarmed by pike instead of Xander, lol. But at least you're catching something, Dino. Mark sometimes just gets swarmed by absolutely nothing. So you're doing all right. You're doing all right. But yeah, keep trying. You'll get through to them eventually. But we can. Again, if Stephen's listening in, maybe he's got a little top tip for the Xander. I'm not sure, but we can certainly do guides. Maybe we could do guides to each of the lakes.
I think so. Yeah, that'd be a nice thing.
Miguel C76 love this game. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what it is. The graphics look great. Thank you. Yeah, we said earlier, you know, we spend a lot of time trying to make our lakes look really authentic and interesting, and really appreciate the feedback on that. Can you have more than one boat on a lake like a friend? The majority of the game in single player is just you on the lake. And if you're in single player tournaments, async tournaments, you're fishing against the leaderboard as such. You're fishing against people, but you can't see them. It's just done through the leaderboards. But if you go into multiplayer, we have 4-player multiplayer on console or 8-player multiplayer on PC, and you will see all the other boats on the lake then, and you can interact with the other people that you're in the multiplayer session with.
So you can all fish together, close together as the boats, or you can set off on different directions on the lake and a real competition.
So we have someone in from Canada, from Quebec, and he says, how much is this the game? If you go onto the store for the platform that you want to play the game on, you'll find it, and in Canada it's $18.99?
Something like that, 18,
yep.
Yeah.
So it'll be about $19 for you out there in Canada. Chris Gibbs, is Fishing SimWorld coming to the Nintendo Switch? No. At the moment there are no plans for that, I'm afraid. It's just the free sort of next-gen consoles or platforms, if you like, the PC, Steam, Xbox One and PS4, unfortunately. So Mark, we're halfway through this.
Not doing too badly.
2 out of 3. What are we after? The Muskie?
You know, we've got that.
The Tiger Muskie. And that's only in Lake Boulder.
Yeah.
So I think we should do more than Lake Boulder tonight. I think maybe we should show off another venue as well.
Okay.
So I'm giving you 4 minutes to catch a Tiger Muskie.
Hang on.
Otherwise you have failed again, I'm afraid.
Over last week.
Actually, I did say two out of the 3. I did say, but you've got 4 minutes to show off and catch all of them. So
no pressure.
So Bloodiest Jonas there says Red Dead is better fishing. Bloodiest Jonas, respect your opinion. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what would be really helpful, and we always want this, is some sort of feedback as to why, because we're always looking to improve the game. The update that we put out today was the 8th update for Fishing Sim World in the 6 months it's been available. So hopefully you can see from that regular updates, often community led, things that the community are asking for or not happy with. So if you can give us some really sort of constructive feedback as to what Red Dead has got better than us and what you'd like to see, then we'd certainly look to react on that. Absolutely. So please feel free to come back in here and say why. No problem with your opinion whatsoever. The first French lake doesn't always come in on Xbox One. So Gigantica main lake. There was an issue on the main lake where for some reason you'd get to the sort of load screen and you'd choose your teleport location and then it wouldn't load. It was one of those random bugs that would work, that would be there, and then you'd switch the computer off, go back in, it worked absolutely fine. However, the update that's gone out today should fix that issue, and that should now be gone and it should load up every time. In testing, it looks like we fixed it, absolutely. So if it happens for you after the update, then please let us know and we'll look at it again. Yeah, give us some feedback on that, but hopefully that issue has been resolved. So Woodrow, if you guys beefed up the lobbies, have more boats than 4, totally understand what you're saying there. At the moment, the problem we have is that if you're hosting the multiplayer session, then all 4 people are playing it through your device, for want of a better word. And anything more than 4 people means the game really starts struggling with the memory. It will start getting really laggy, especially if you're the host. So we capped it at 4 people to still give you optimal performance. We are looking at ways of obviously extending and improving that. Where the game's quite a powerful game, that's one of the challenges we need to overcome. But extending it by more than 4 people is certainly something that we're looking to do.
Definitely.
So Igneous Tooth 177, how much is the game? It is around £15, $19, €19. Jump onto the platform that you play on, onto the store pages, find it on there and purchase it through there, and it will be, that's its sort of RRP, for want of a better word. But we obviously go into different sales on different platforms at different times.
Smallmouth bass.
So hybrid sniper, hi guys, we need named fish in bass lakes and desperately need 2 men in one boat for multiplayer fishing and tourneys. Should be your top 2 priorities, you agree? We absolutely agree about the named fish in bass lakes. We work in advance, so obviously we've put the update out today and we've already told you what the highlights for the next update is, so we're always sort of working a little bit ahead of what we're releasing. But getting named fish into the bass lakes, you guys have asked for it, so it's certainly something we were going to do. We didn't do it from the start because obviously in reality, if you like, you don't tend to name bass the way that us European anglers name carp, but it's something that you guys really want, so that's certainly something we're doing. And the 2 men in the one boat for multiplayer, I spoke about that a few minutes ago. It's definitely something we should be looking to do. It's something that's sort of in the investigation stage at the moment, I think is the best way of putting it, how we can do that in multiplayer. So, also live tournaments, it'd be cool to almost fish as a pro-am type way as well, if you like. So Chris says, thank you Darren, will do, no problem, I hope that works for you. ZK Hunter, what lakes are the muskies in? Just to recap on that, the muskie is in Arnold and Boulder. The tiger muskie is just in Lake Boulder, which is what we're fishing at the moment. So Scooby Hayes, yeah, it's bad before most times in multiplayer. We'd all like to see it improved ASAP, please. Totally hear you. Obviously I gave the explanation and that's probably what you're saying. When you have 4 people it can sometimes be a bit laggy, so that's absolutely why it's capped at that. Certainly something we're looking to improve on that. Chris Gibbs, do you know when we're getting the USA catfish? Not in the next month or 2 is the honest answer. It's certainly something we will be doing in the future. in the next couple of months, I'm afraid not. But it is something that will be coming. I'd like to say, do you reckon 6 months maybe? Within the next 6 months, we'd love to get the USA catfish for you. Obviously we need to model them. We need to get their behaviours right. What they're attracted to, what they're not attracted to. The whole, each species of fish we put in has its own AI and own behaviour. So we can't just model a catfish and say there's catfish in the lake. There's a lot more to it. So
you want to get it right before we put them in. So.
And ZK Hunter, I recommend that the muskies are in the northern region lakes. Absolutely. We will only put species of fish into regions or states that they're found in or have been found in the past. We won't put like muskie, for example, into Lake Johnson down in Florida. They don't exist there, so they won't go into the game. Nope. And as Daft Badger has said, surely those 4 minutes are up. Yes, they are, Mark.
One more fish.
Typical angler, one more cast. This is your last cast. You've got to make it happen. So while he's reeling this in, quick shout, would you like us to do another US lake, or do you want us to jump onto a European carp lake? If first person to shout, then we'll do that. Let's see what else has come in here. We've had a little spurt of new messages, so let me go through these. Can you guys partner with FLW, Major League, or a major brand to beef those servers? I don't think those guys obviously would be able to host things for us, slightly different sort of setups, but partner with them in terms of doing the FLW tour or the Major League Fishing tour, something like that would be really interesting. Marcus failed.
No, I caught 2 of the 3. That's not a fail.
So, hang on. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4 requests for a carp lake and 3 for a US lake. So we are going to jump into I'll tell you what, let's do the Grand Union Canal, because although that is a European lake, what have you done? You've broken that as well. Technology is going completely wrong now. There we go, that's better. If we jump into the Grand Union Canal, because you can put 2 rods out for carp and coarse fish, and you can still spin as well. So let's jump into that. Let's see what else we've got here. If you put a Lake Fork in Texas, I think what we'd like to start doing is doing sections of real world venues in the US, or real world US lakes. So, what we do, we build the lakes and we say it's 2,000 acres, and it is 2,000 acres. You can drive the length of it, you can drive up, down, left, right, and there are genuinely 2,000 acres of lake to explore. It is a huge lake, and if you wanted to go from one side to the other, it's going to take you several minutes. The memory hasn't got the capability of doing these 26,000 acre venues that you have out there. And from a gameplay point of view, I don't suppose really in a game you'd want to be driving your boat for half an hour and not doing anything else. No. So, but what we are interested in doing, and we're looking at for the future, is doing sections of Lake Fork, Guntersville, things like that, doing a known section of it. So that's certainly something we're looking at. When will you be adding your next carp and cat lakes? There's going to be news on Lake Dillon soon. That's going to be a US-based lake. Obviously, we did Gigantica Road Lake, which was a European venue. Lake Dillon is going to be a US bass lake. The next one after that, I'm sure there's a very good chance that could be going back into Europe again. Also, I'd love for there to be peacock bass. Again, peacock bass, we're really aware of that. South America as well with the peacock bass. Something to think about for the future. Absolutely. Bloodiest Jonas, the hand flicking could look more natural. Also, the pole should have more flexibility. Yeah, the animations could be improved. The guy has very sort of limp wrists at times when he reels in, unfortunately. We can absolutely look to improve that for you. Again, it all comes down to priorities, about giving you more content, more things to do. but it's certainly something we want to get round to. Other species coming in this 6 months. Yep, there will definitely be new species in the next 6 months. Not going to give it all away now, but there will be. Some tips on the road lake. Well, it's predominantly a carp lake, so I would say have a good look at the boilies that are on offer in the game.
Some tiger nuts.
Can't go wrong with the boilies or the tiger nuts. 2 classic carp baits.
Yeah, indeed.
That should help you. Use your eyes on the road lake as well. Like literally watch the water in the game. The fish will bubble. Bubbles will come up to the surface. The fish will crash out the water. They'll give their location away, and you can move on to them as well. So that's my top tip.
Yeah, a bit of watercraft is always
road
good.
Lake. Yeah, sure. Cam's frozen. I'm afraid it's frozen with us looking very odd, but you can maybe unfortunately still hear us, and you can certainly still watch us. So apologies for that. You should make Rainbow Lake. Yeah, Rainbow Lake in France, very famous venue. You know, custom licensed venues against unlicensed venues. You know, the possibilities are endless, but Rainbow is an iconic venue that could look really good in the game, absolutely. Alicat, Canada's arguably the best freshwater fishing in the world. Might I suggest some Canadian content in the future? Absolutely, fully aware of that. St Lawrence River, I know I've got a friend who has fished St Lawrence River for some of your carp out there, and he said he's never caught carp like it in terms of he had the drag set to absolute maximum and it was still taking line from him. So definitely something to look at in the future. How do you guys get the rights to use licensed equipment? Do you have to approach the company? Absolutely. Any company that is featured in the game has agreed to be in the game. We've gone through the legal process with them for them to be in the game. So you know, we can't do anything without anyone's permission, unfortunately. So we have these conversations with people, and luckily some of these guys that we've approached have agreed to be involved, and so they are.
Yeah.
Guys, you've done really good so far. Best fishing game. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you made a lake in Minnesota, you should do Millie Lakes Lake, but it's more known as a big walleye lake. We'll look into that, absolutely. Three-eyed carp. I'm sure some waters, probably with the quality of the water, may well have three-eyed carp, but I don't think we should really put that in. What about Bluebell Lakes as well as Linear, or more lakes from the Linear complex, Oxley's, Hunts Corner, or one of the Brays noses? Yeah, we've obviously got a licensing deal with Linear, and we will be doing another Linear lake as an additional piece of content for Fishing Sim World, absolutely, at some stage. Again, we've got so many options, we just need to get around to doing it. Alicat, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. I've answered your question now about why no Canadian content. There will be for sure. Best fishing ever, I play 5 hours a day. Gun Killer, that's brilliant to hear. Don't get square eyes and play it for too long, but really glad you're enjoying it. You know, hopefully it is one of those games that you can really sort of relax, stressful day at work, get home, chuck this game on for a few hours, get your fix.
Get your fish on, yeah, indeed.
Scooby Hayes, there's a lot of people saying that top players are cheating. Can you please confirm that you cannot cheat the game? Absolutely. You can't cheat the game. It's like any kind of game. There are things that work particularly well. You can get very good at the game. If you sort of unlock some of the secrets, if you like, then you'll tend to do really well. And if you are doing really well, then maybe mix it up and try and do well doing something different locations, different baits. You know, if you found something that really works, mix it up for yourself. But you cannot cheat the game. Happy to confirm that. Again, someone else come in and said Red Dead Redemption better. Like we say, no problem at all if that's what you feel, but really would appreciate if you told us why, so we can make this game better for you ultimately, so you can enjoy it more. Let's keep going through here. No sharks. No, there are no sharks. There is no sea fishing, says no sharks, unfortunately. There are only a small number of pike in the road lake, says Stephen, covering something off there for us. Yep. There are a very few pike in the Road Lake, but they are there. So if you do catch one, it's a really good achievement. Classic Bobo. So what locations the Muskie and Gar in? Stephen, could you fire a message out so people can see it, what they're in? But just to summarise very quickly, if you're just joining us, all three are in Boulder. The Muskie are in Arnold, as well as Boulder, and the Gar are in Johnson, are in Johnson, Arnold, as well as Boulder. Pike 500. Will you be adventuring into the Amazon in the future? Certainly, they have freshwater fishing in the Amazon, so that's somewhere to take it. You know, we're trying to get the foundations right, Europe and America. But then, you know, once we're in terms of our venues there, we may branch out, and the Amazon, Thailand, places like that, absolutely options for the future. Hybrid Sniper, I bought every piece of DLC available to support you guys in this game. Full price updates have come and been good, but multiplayer is lacking, to be honest. 2 anglers in one boat only being in discussion phase is a huge mistake. Devs need to know this ASAP. We need excuse me, we need more multiplayer modes. Totally understand where you're coming from, Hybrid Sniper. Multiplayer is, the dev team will tell you, and I fully agree, multiplayer and getting multiplayer to work effectively is one of the hardest tasks we've got. We don't want to be that person that just goes really quiet for months on end while we're trying to work on one big thing. We try and split our teams up appropriately to investigate different things. So when we can give you updates, we will give you updates, but there are bigger things always being worked on in the background.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, you can see that we are regularly updating the game, and so when I say to you that we're working really hard on multiplayer, you know, the updates we're delivering hopefully backs it up, and you'll take my word for it. But we are really looking into expanding the numbers available in multiplayer and the options around multiplayer as well.
We give away a t-shirt, whoever can guess the closest way to this carp.
So yeah, okay. Let's run a quick prize. Mark has hooked into a fish.
Looks like a carp.
And he wants to, and he thinks it's a carp, and he thinks he can land it.
There is
so
that.
if you all jump in quickly and guess the weight, the one who's closest will win one of our lovely Fishing Sim World t-shirts, and Stephen will get your details off you, and we'll get that t-shirt sent off to you. So
it's not going to be small.
Let's go.
So it's taking a bit of time.
So let's go. He's on light gear, but he doesn't think it's small. Let's have a quick guess at the weight before it's landed. Nearest to the mark wins a t-shirt. So the guesses are coming in. So we'll watch them come in.
Probably see it on there. Give you a bit of a clue.
Someone says Des has obviously got a reputation because he'd love to go to Thailand on another research trip. Yep, if Des chose the venues based on where he wanted to go on a research trip, we would have no money left. So right, here's the fish.
Ready?
The guesses have been coming in. So we're stopping it here. It's £12 3 ounces.
Oh,
so
£12.5 there, isn't
no,
it?
I've got a £12 2. So unless I see anyone else with the exact weight, and I've called it now.
12.2.
So Assassin Speed 28, you have won yourself a t-shirt. Stephen, if you are on still, can you reach out to Assassin Speed 28? Assassin Speed 28, if you are there and Stephen doesn't get in touch with you in the next 5 minutes, then have a look at our customer support, Kayako. It's on our website, customer support. Send us a ticket and with your address, and we will get you a t-shirt out to you. Let us know what size you want as well. A t-shirt will be on its way. We're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes, guys. Yeah. So let's give another one away.
Yeah, go on then. I'll try and catch them on the float here.
Mark is on a float, so we need to guess species. The next species of fish and the weight. There you go. It's going to be tough. let's see who can guess the species and weight, and we will give away a t-shirt. Or if you want to, you could go for the option of he won't catch anything.
Or we could give away a lot of t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, we're literally going to start rounding this off with this one here. Obviously we've got this little competition just for fun going on this, but thank you to all of you again this evening for the interaction. Like I say, this is you know, these are becoming more and more popular, more and more people watching, and like I say, this is your opportunity to ask us guys, you know, questions. Hopefully, you know, we're answering as many questions as possible. We're as open and honest as we can be with you guys. Another update got out today. Big news on Lake Dillon coming the end of this week. In the next few weeks, you know, by sort of early March, there's a lot of news coming out of Fishing Sim World. So keep watching this space, and we will, you know, keep asking us questions. Join in the. We've got online forums. There's some really cool Facebook groups out there. So like Scooby Hayes is your man for some of the Facebook groups that are out there, and you know, hope you keep enjoying the game.
Right. Who's going to be a roach?
Did anyone guess a roach? We've got
roach £1 for Kite 500 up there.
Daft Badger £2.12. So Daft Badger,
roach.
I think Daft Badger, you have won yourself a T-shirt as well. So again, Stephen, if you're there, reach out to Daft Badger for us. If not Daft Badger, look at our look at the Dovetail Games website, Kayako, send in a T-shirt, and you will get yourself a T-shirt. You say you were wrong, you were the closest. You said roach £2, and that was the closest guess. So you were right. So there we go, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much to all of you for tuning in. This will be going live on YouTube very soon after the stream is finished, so you can catch up. Like I say, feel free, follow all of our social media for more news, stories, regular content going out there. Ask us questions, give us feedback, keep the feedback constructive and precise. We'll look to act upon that, and look out for some Lake Dillon news coming by the end of the week. Thank you very much. Take care. See you soon.
Thanks, guys.